The sun was a hammer. It hit Elena again and again. Her feet were raw. Her shoes fell apart miles ago. The desert sand was too hot. The air was too dry. She walked. That was all she could do. Walk away from the town. Walk away from the lie. Her water was gone yesterday. Her bag was empty now. Only a small knife was left, and her teacher's book. The book was no help here. A wave of dizziness hit her. The world spun. She fell to her knees in the sand. "No," she whispered. Her voice cracked. "Not here." She looked back. No one was there. Not yet. But they would come. The man she ran from had money. Money for men who hunt other people. She had to get up. She pushed with her hands. Her arms shook. She could not stand. This was it. She would die in this empty place. The hot sand would bury her. The truth would die with her. A shadow moved on the ridge above her. Elena's heart jumped. Was it them? Had they found her already? She fumbled for her little knife. It felt small in her hand. The shadow came closer. It was a man on a horse, a big, quiet horse. The man was big too. He wore a dark hat. His face was hard like the stones around them. He stopped his horse. He looked down at her. He did not speak. "Please," Elena said. The word was a dry leaf. No trouble. The man got off his horse. He did not move fast. He was not afraid. He walked toward her. Elena held up the knife. Her hand shook. The man stopped. He looked at the knife. Then he looked at her face. His eyes were a pale, cool color, like winter sky. He slowly took off his canteen. He held it out to her. He was not one of the hunters. He was just a man offering water. Elena dropped the knife. She grabbed the canteen. She drank. The water was the best thing she had ever tasted. When she finished, she looked at him. The man nodded. He looked at her broken shoes. He looked at the empty desert behind her. He pointed to his horse. "You want me to get on?" Elena asked. He nodded again. He did not speak. Why was he helping? Men did not help for free. Not in her experience, but she had no choice. She would die without help. She let him help her onto the horse. He got on in front of her. He clicked to the horse. They began to move. "My name is Elena," she said. The man was silent for a long time. Then a single word came out, rough like rock. "Caleb." They rode into a narrow valley. A small ranch appeared. A wood house. Some fences. It looked lonely, but it looked strong. A man came out of the barn. He was older, with a kind face. He saw Caleb and Elena. His eyes got wide. "Caleb, who's this?" the old man asked. Caleb got off the horse. He helped Elena down. "Found her in the desert," Caleb said. His voice was not used much. The old man looked worried. He walked closer. "I'm Eli," he said to Elena. "You're near gone, miss." "I was lost," Elena said. It was not the whole truth, but it was safe. Eli looked at Caleb. A silent talk happened between their eyes. Eli's face said, "Asterisk, this is trouble." Asterisk, Caleb's face said, "Asterisk, I know." Asterisk, she stays tonight, Caleb said. His words were final. Inside, the house was simple. A fire was in the stove. Caleb pointed to a small room with a bed. "For me, Elena." He nodded. Elena lay on the bed. It was rough but soft. She heard the two men talking in low voices in the other room. She could not hear the words, but she heard the worry. Sleep pulled her down. For the first time in weeks, she felt safe. She was wrong. A sound woke her. It was dark outside. The sound was horses, many horses, and voices. Elena sat up. Her blood turned to ice. She crept to the window. 4 men on horses were in the yard. They held torches. Their faces were mean. One man held a piece of paper. Caleb stood on his porch. Eli stood behind him in the door. "Caleb, read," shouted the man with the paper. "We're looking for a woman. A runaway. She's a thief. And a teacher. Have you seen her?" Elena held her breath. She saw Caleb's broad back. He did not move. The man with the paper raised his torch. "She's wanted. There's gold for finding her. A lot of gold. Enough to buy this poor ranch twice over." He smiled a nasty smile. "So, have you seen her, Caleb? Or do we need to search your land?" Caleb was silent. The whole night was silent. Then he spoke. His winter sky eyes looked straight at the man. "No," Caleb said. "No one here. It was a lie. And everyone in the yard knew it was a lie." The man with the paper stared at Caleb. The torchlight danced on his ugly smile. "That's a shame," the man said, "because we heard different. We heard she came this way." The other men on horses shifted. Their hands rested on their guns. Elena pressed herself against the wall. Her heart beat loud in her ear. They were here for her. The bounty hunters. They called her a thief, but she had stolen nothing. She looked at her little knife on the bed. It was useless against 4 armed men. Outside, Caleb did not move. "You heard wrong," he said. His voice was flat. The leader's smile faded. He turned to his men. "Search the barn." 2 men got off their horses. They walked toward the barn. Eli stepped forward from the doorway. "There's no one in my barn," Eli said. His old voice was firm. "We'll look anyway," one hunter said, and pushed past Eli. Elena heard their boots on the hard ground. She heard the barn door creak open. She closed her eyes. What if they came to the house next? She had to run. But where? The desert would kill her. These men would take her back to Judge Porter, the man who really stole the school money, the man who let everyone believe it was her. Caleb's voice cut the night. "You're trespassing." The leader laughed. "This is a law matter, rancher. Your land don't matter." "It matters to me," Caleb said. Slowly he moved. He stepped off the porch. He walked to stand between the house and the men at the barn. "You look, she's not here. Now leave." The two men came out of the barn. They shook their heads at their leader. The leader looked at the quiet house. He looked at Caleb's hard face. He was deciding. Was Elena worth a fight with this big silent man? $100 in gold, the leader said suddenly. "That's the reward, just for telling us where she is. Think of that, rancher. $100, $100. It was more money than Elena had ever seen. It was probably more than Caleb made in a whole year on this hard land. Caleb was quiet for a long time. Elena's hands were fists. Asterisk, please, asterisk, she thought. Asterisk, please. Asterisk, gold ain't everything, Caleb said finally. The leader spat on the ground. Fine, have it your way. But we're not leaving this valley. We'll camp down by the creek. We'll watch. If she's here, she'll have to come out sometime. Or you'll have to feed her." He turned his horse. "And then we'll take her. And maybe we'll take something of yours for our trouble." The men rode away. The torchlight faded into the dark. The yard was quiet again. Elena let out a shaking breath. She was safe for now. But for how long? She heard the door open. Heavy boots walked into the main room. She stayed in the dark of her bedroom. She heard Caleb and Eli talking softly. "They're not leaving, Caleb," Eli said. "They'll watch us. They'll starve us out." "I know," Caleb said. $100 is a mighty temptation for a poor man. Why'd you say no?" A chair scraped. Caleb sat down. "She's not a thief." "How do you know?" Eli asked. "I looked in her eyes. In the desert, that's not a thief's look. That's a rabbit's look, cornered and scared." Elena's eyes filled with tears. He believed her. A stranger believed her. "What did she do then?" Eli asked. "Don't know. Don't care. The hunters are on my land. That's my problem." "It's more than that now," Eli said, his voice sad. "You lied to them. They know you lied. This won't end easy." Caleb did not answer. Elena knew Eli was right. She had brought her storm into Caleb's quiet valley. She had to tell him the truth. All of it. She wiped her face. She walked out of the bedroom. The two men looked at her. Eli looked worried. Caleb's face was unrealignable. "You heard," Caleb said. It wasn't a question. "Yes," Elena said. Voice was small. "I'm sorry. I'll leave in the morning. I'll draw them away from you." "You'll die," Caleb said, simple as fact. "I can't let you lose your land because of me." "My choice," Caleb said. He stood up. He was very tall. "You say. Winter is coming soon. They won't stay long in the cold. We wait them out. But your food, your supplies?" Elena asked. "We have enough," Eli said, but he didn't sound sure. "Why are you doing this?" Elena asked Caleb. "You don't know me." Caleb looked into the fire. My town, they think I'm a bad man. They think I'm quiet because I'm guilty of something." He looked at her. His winter sky eyes were clear. "I know what it's like to be judged for a lie." Elena understood then. Caleb was an outsider too, feared for no reason. "I need to tell you," she said, "the truth. The man I ran from, it's Judge Porter. He took the school money. I saw him. He saw me see him, so he told the town I took it. He said he had proof. No one questions a judge." The words tumbled out. "I ran because I knew I couldn't win. He has all the power." The room was silent. The fire cracked. "A judge," Eli whispered. "Oh, child, that's worse than just bounty hunters. That's the law itself against you." Caleb's jaw tightened. He nodded slowly. The problem was much bigger now. The next morning, the hunters were still there. Elena saw their camp smoke by the creek. Days passed. A week. The air grew colder. Elena helped Eli with chores. She cooked. She learned to mend fences with Caleb. They worked side by side. They did not talk much, but the quiet was not empty. It was peaceful. One afternoon, they were fixing a post. Caleb's hand brushed hers as he passed a tool. They both pulled back. Elena felt her face grow warm. Caleb looked away. "Sorry," he muttered. "It's okay," she said. He looked at her then, really looked. For the first time, his hard face softened, just a little. A shout broke the moment. It was Eli. He was running from the house. His face was white. "Caleb, Elena, come quick." They ran to him. Eli pointed to the north pasture. A thin line of dark smoke rose into the cold blue sky. "The north hay shed," Eli said, gasping for breath. "It's on fire." Caleb's face turned to stone. That shed held most of the winter hay for the animals. Without it, the horses and cattle would starve. He started running for a horse. "It's a trap," Elena cried. "They want you to run to the fire. They'll come for me while you're gone." Caleb stopped. He knew she was right. His eyes burned with a hard light. A terrible choice. Save his winter food. Save Elena. He made his decision. "Eli, take the rifle." "Stay on the porch with Elena," Caleb ordered. "I'll go." "Caleb, no." Eleanor reached for him. But he was already on his horse, riding hard toward the smoke. Elena and Eli stood on the porch. They watched him go. The wind blew cold. Then, from the other direction, they heard horses. The 4 bounty hunters rode into the yard. They had split up. One set the fire. The others came for the prize. The leader smiled his nasty smile. He saw only an old man and Elena. Told you we'd get her, he said. He raised his gun. The leader's gun pointed at Eli. Step aside, old man, the leader said. Eli held the rifle, but his hands shook. Elena stepped in front of him. Don't you hurt him, she yelled. Her voice was strong like a teacher's. It surprised the men. We don't want him, the leader said. We want you, teacher. You're coming with us. Quiet or loud, your choice. Elena looked toward the north field. Dark smoke covered the sky. Caleb was gone. He could not save her. She had to save herself. And Eli. She thought fast. Her mind was clear like ice. You want the reward, Elena said. Judge Porter wants me back alive, right? To make his lie stick. The leader nodded. Smart. If you shoot anyone, the judge will be angry. Noise brings other ranchers. Trouble for you. She took a step forward. I'll come. Just let the old man be. Elena. Eli said, his voice rough with fear. It's okay, Eli, she said softly. She looked into his kind eyes. Asterisk, thank you, asterisk, she tried to say without words. She walked toward the hunters. Her legs felt weak, but she kept walking. The leader smiled. He lowered his gun a little. This was easy. Suddenly, a sharp whistle cut the air. It was a bird call, but it was not a bird. It came from behind the barn. Every head turned. Caleb stood there. He was not on his horse. He was on foot. How did he get back so fast? He held his own rifle. It was aimed at the leader's chest. Drop it, Caleb said. His voice was cold and final. The leader froze. Your shed is burning, he said. I know, Caleb said. He did not look at the smoke. He only looked at the man with the gun. Let her go. Right out. Last chance. The other hunters' hands hovered over their guns. They looked at their leader. They were unsure. The leader's face turned red with anger. He had been tricked. Caleb never went all the way to the fire. He had circled back. You'll lose everything for her, the leader shouted. Your hay, your land, all for a stranger. Caleb's finger rested on the trigger. She's not a stranger. In that moment, Elena knew Caleb was not just protecting a rabbit. He cared for asterisk her asterisk. The knowledge was warm and terrifying. A standoff. No one moved. Then a new sound. Wheels. A wagon was coming up the valley road. Everyone watched. A black wagon rolled into the yard. A man in a fine coat sat in it. He had a cold, handsome face. Judge Porter. Elena's breath caught. The world got quiet. Judge Porter stepped down. He looked at the burning smoke. He looked at the men with guns. He looked at Elena. His smile was like a snake's. Miss Elena, he said, you've led everyone on quite a chase. You stole the money, Elena said, loud and clear. You're the thief. The judge laughed. It was a ugly sound. A desperate lie from a desperate girl. He turned to Caleb. And you, hiding a criminal. That is a crime. I could take your land for this, with the law. Caleb's rifle now pointed at the judge. You have no proof. I have 4 witnesses, the judge said, waving at the hunters. I see a wanted woman on your property. I see you threatening honest men with a rifle. That's all the proof I need. He was right. The law was his tool. He had one. The judge walked toward Elena. Time to go home. Caleb's voice stopped him. Judge Porter sighed. What now, rancher? Caleb slowly lowered his rifle. He placed it on the ground. The hunters relaxed. They thought he was giving up. Elena's heart broke. He had tried. He had lost. Caleb walked to the water pump near the house. He pumped the handle once, twice. Water flowed. He washed his hands clean of the desert dust. He dried them on his shirt. Then he turned to face the judge. You said you have proof, Caleb said, but I have proof too. He reached into his pocket. He pulled out a small folded paper. It was dirty and worn. What is that? Judge Porter asked. His smile was gone. A bill of sale, Caleb said. He looked at Elena, then back at the judge. For the school's new books. From the Capitol. Paid for with the school money. Elena stared. How did he have that? I found it in her bag, Caleb said, the day she came. She was so tired she didn't feel me check it. This paper has a date. It has a bank mark from the Capitol. It proves the school money was spent asterisk there asterisk. 2 days asterisk after asterisk you said Elena stole it from the town safe. She couldn't be in 2 places at once. The judge's face went white. That paper means nothing. She could have stolen it. The bank man in the Capitol signed it, Caleb said, his voice loud and clear for all to hear. I sent Eli to town yesterday. He sent a telegraph to that bank man. The man confirmed it. He remembers the sale. He remembers the young teacher from our valley. He will swear to it in court. It was a bluff, or was it? Caleb's face gave nothing away. The bounty hunters looked at each other. They looked at the judge. They were hired for gold, not to fight a real law fight. Judge Porter's eyes were wild. His lie was crumbling. Give me that paper, he hissed. He lunged at Caleb. Caleb was ready. He dodged. He grabbed the judge's arm and twisted. The judge yelled. Caleb held him tight. The law is coming, Porter, Caleb said into his ear. The real law. From the Capitol. For you, it was true. The sound of more horses came. A group of men rode into the yard. They were U.S. Marshals. Their badges shone in the light. Eli had done more than send a telegraph. He had brought the cavalry. The marshals took the judge. They took the confused bounty hunter. The fire in the north field was burning out. Only half the hay was lost. It was enough. Suddenly it was over. The noisy yard became quiet. The marshals rode away with their prisoners. Eli went to check on the animals. Elena and Caleb stood alone in the late afternoon sun. The wind was cold. Winter was here. "You saved me," Elena said. Voice shook. "You saved yourself," Caleb said. "You stood tall. You were ready to go with them to protect Eli." He looked at the ground. "That was brave. You risked your land, your life," Elena said. A tear fell, then another. "For me." Caleb stepped closer. He was near enough to touch. He slowly raised his hand. He wiped a tear from her cheek with his rough thumb. "My land was just dust," he said softly. "Empty until you came." Elena looked up into his winter sky eyes. She saw warmth there now. She saw a home. "What happens now?" she whispered. "The marshal said you're free." The judge told them everything when he saw their badges. Caleb took a deep breath. "You can go anywhere. Be a teacher again." Elena looked at the strong, silent house. She looked at the hard, beautiful land. She looked at the man who had given her everything for nothing. "I don't want to go anywhere," she said. A small smile touched Caleb's lips. It changed his whole face. "Then stay," he said. He held out his hand. It was broad and scarred from work. Elena placed her hand in his. His fingers closed around hers. They were warm and strong. They held on tight. Together, they watched the sun set over the valley. The dust of the day settled between their hands, finally at rest.